Привет из Сингапура. С вами передача «Голубь мира», где разбираем крутые навыки. Спрашиваем на английском, отвечаем на русском. Подтягивайте язык или смотрите перевод в тайм-кодах. Let's talk about franchise and let's start with the definition.
Franchising, it's a very funny way to start the business. When person make something and it is going well, he or she started to open new branches and there is expansion on the territory. But not everyone has long arms, so sometimes you access your limits, and you don't want to go to another state or to another canton or to another land, and you offer to someone who wants, okay, this is my territory and I would stay on the ground, but if you want, you could take and expand on some other cities or some other places. And if people do not have idea, they just pick up your idea, pick up your documents, pick up your processes, and they force to do what you are saying. And there is some advantages which would be gained by you and this franchisee. You will have the same advertisement, you will have effect of the scale, you will have special discount, you will have a lot of trained people who could be replaced at any place at any moment. You have a people who could learn, a people who could hire or fire someone.
What are the building blocks of the franchise?
First, not any business could be franchised. So you should describe it in special book. It's called process list or process book. And if everything is described, it should take you like 2 years if you make it alone, or for example, 8 months or 9 months if you have some very well prepared consultants. Second, you should write a lot of law documents, contracts, and so on, because you will have a lot of relations with consumers, with constructors, with intermediaries, with suppliers, with local authorities, and so on. If your documents well powered, you will have less courts appeals and so on. And last one, you should create educational center to hire people, to certify them, to make attestation, to make promotion, and some other stuff.
And we'll look into the benefits of actually having a franchise, like a scalability and big process orientation. But are there any things that actually should be considered as the no factors for the having franchise?
If you are not all kind of business could be franchised, and that's first. And second, franchising is a very old-fashioned way to doing business. Better to make partnership. This is more efficient because partners, they have voices and they have chance to slightly modify business. For example, when you are working in India, you couldn't make hamburgers from the cows because this is holy animal. If you are working, for example, on some territories, they could not drink alcohol because they are Muslims. So when you have franchisee, you want everyone to keep close to the rules. But if you make a partnership, everyone could modify the way he conducts the business, which is more suitable for the ground.
So in order of the scalability and performance or even the perfection, what are the levels of mastery of the franchise?
When we talk about franchise, first thing which comes to the mind is operation excellence. When you know all the process in timing, in sense, it's very tough. I don't know, is it true? But as a fairy tale, it's quite impressive. McDonald's spent 1 million to create the best ever potato fried. And this is could be true because when you come, for example, to Bali, when you come to Philippines, or when you come, for example, to Cambodia, you will have the same potato with the same view, with the same smell. And this kind of consistency is very important because people do not know if they come to your point of sales or to mine. They see the same logo, they see the same uniform, and they expect the same quality. So it's very meaningful. If you doing business better than me, you would be unhappy that I am dropping down our mark.
And it's also funny enough, this exactly story was well played in the one of the movie about the McDonald's founder called actually founder, where he was very meticulous about the processes and using and being consistent across all of the countries and the brands. So my next question will be, given that there are so many moving parts in the franchise, what possibly could go wrong?
Everything would go wrong. People do not want to work in the cells. They want to be prisoners of the process, of the projects, of the rules, of the papers. And they always will think what they can not to do. Do not clean table, do not write the reports, do not give answer for the call. They will think, okay, I have a friend which could provide me with a beer, not standard beer, but cheaper one. I don't want to have localized kind of, for example, glasses. I would have mine. And a lot of people think that they could build business inside of the franchisee. And this is really a big error. And the last one, the franchisor is often called as operator. For example, I am Sofitel, or I am Marriott, or I am Hyatt, and you have a nice building in the red zone of the town, and you will ask me if I can provide you with the processes, with the training people, and with logo, and I will say yes, but I will ask you for 1 mio each year, and first or second year you would be happy to give, because you will see the power of my name. You will have tourists, you will have process, you will have everything working down. But after 2 or 3 years, you will think, come on, now I know everything. I don't need Oleg anymore. So I will sign off, and I would quit the franchisee as a franchisee, and it could destroy the business.
And when the businessman should make a decision whether they want to go for franchise or start their own entity, what kind of factors that need to consider in order to make a decision to actually choose which mode is more proper for them?
I usually say that if you have no imagination, you just could go to the market of the franchisee. Market имеется в виду выставка, да, вот какие-то выставки, да, или там рынки franchisee, and choose one. But if you have an imagination, better to start your business. Franchising, it's not about business, it's about executions. So you have no right to change nothing. You have very tight ropes. You couldn't step away. You will just as a soldier in a huge army. But if you make your own entrepreneurship, you could change everything anytime.
And my last question will be how knowing about franchise could help to make this world a better place.
I think that franchise is a really good way to start a business when you are 15 or 16. You could have one point of sale. You could be trained. You will be supported. You will know the standards, processes, and so on. If you never work with a great company, with a huge company, international company, you never will know the hierarchy. You will not know the rules, how to conduct the meeting, how to sign the documents, how to speak with authorities, how to behave with clients, how to prepare for the courts, and so on. So this is quite easy, quite low profile, and very efficient way to step into the business.
А мы рассмотрели навык франшиза и чем он полезен именно вам. Всем мира.